Hi, this is Elizabeth Viljoen, and today I'm interviewing Lauren Parsons. Now, we in Toastmasters don't need any introduction because we all know her and we all love her as a very active member of Toastmasters New Zealand North, which is District 112. But for the sake of other people, I'll quickly give you a short introduction. Lauren is a workplace wellbeing expert. That means that she talks about leadership, mental health, workplace wellness, leadership development, workplace well-being. And part of our questions will also focus on that. But the most important focus will be on Lauren's participation in the Toastmasters Accredited Speakers Program. Welcome, Lauren.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. Nice to connect with you.
Yes. Lauren, during this year's international convention, you were one of 3 participants in the Accredited Speakers Program who progressed to level 2. Now, this is a significant accomplishment. Do you think you were the first person from District 112 to apply and progress that far?
Well, I think it was actually you that alerted me to that. So I guess obviously District 112 is fairly new. I don't know of anyone else that's certainly gone on to level 1 or 2. They have a very detailed and rigorous process that you follow. So yeah, I very may well be.
Oh, so not everyone is aware of the opportunity in Toastmasters. Tell us more about the program, the preparation to participate, and why you applied to become part of this program.
Okay, yeah, well, I have been a professional speaker for many years, and I actually heard from another professional speaking friend about Toastmasters. I think it was 6 years ago, and I thought, oh, well, if you're doing it, maybe I could do that. And she was talking about how she was getting great feedback and learning a lot, and I thought, okay, great, because my perception had been that Toastmasters was more for beginners, which of course it is as well. It's for everyone, which I've now learned, and I love everything that Toastmasters offers. So once I got involved, and when actually my husband's in the military and we lived in Canada for a period of time with his posting, and I got really involved in the district over there and went to the district conferences, and it was there that I met Darren LaCroix, and he talked about, well, you know, if you're a professional, you really want to just go for accredited speaker, because he was there talking about helping people get tips and ideas around how to be a better speaker and how to win the World Championship of Public Speaking. But we just had a side conversation, and I thought, so that's what planted the seed. So the Accredited Speaker Program is essentially designed to recognise professional speakers, and I've discovered it's a really rigorous process, because I actually first applied in 2019, hoping to speak in Paris at the International Convention. And I didn't get accepted because, without going into all the detail, there's a very detailed handbook. And one of the things that I hadn't quite been able to, tick the box on was that you need to have a video presentation that's a certain length, that's a single camera angle, and that has the full introduction from an introducer. And so one video I had didn't have the introducer, and another video I had was from a leadership development training that had fewer than 20 people, and various things like this happened, so I actually missed out. Also, it's good to be aware, if anyone's thinking of applying, is the window is between the 1st and the 31st of January. So during that time, when I realised my videos weren't appropriate, it's of course summer holidays in New Zealand, and I didn't have any other work booked other than that one leadership development training. So that year I wasn't able to progress. But then in 2020, I applied again. The process involves getting 5 or more of your clients to do an independent evaluation and send it direct to TM International. It also requires showing a range of speaking events that you've spoken at and that you've been paid for, and being able to show the number of the audience, just showing that this is what you're making your living from. And yeah, there are a few other requirements. So I was really thrilled to hear that I had made it through to level 2. And so it was in May, I think it was, the 21st of May, I got an email saying, congratulations, you've made it through to level 2. I'd invite you to put the links below, or if people want to Google accredited speaker, there's a whole handbook that explains the process. And I might have just read, I might have got my dates wrong there, because perhaps it was 2020 that I applied and then it became 2021 I got accepted. But anyhow, what they allow you is that once you pass at level 1, which is the video submission, the clients, the paperwork, you then go through, and you have 3 attempts to be able to present live, normally in person at the convention, but it did end up being online, was the only option this year. And you are judged by a panel of expert judges, and you need to meet the bar for that to go through. So spoiler alert, if you didn't already know, I actually did not pass this year, which was a really humbling process, and actually something I'm really grateful for, because reflecting back on it, after I had done my presentation, I was quite concerned that it might not have met the bar for various reasons. And I thought, well, if I don't pass this time around, actually, that's a real gift, because number one, it means that I'll get more feedback, more opportunity to keep working on this. And ultimately, I will be a better speaker if I don't pass and I have to work harder and I have to try again. And that's actually how it's turned out. So, that's the situation I'm now presented with. So my goal now is to present next year, possibly in person in Nashville, which would be my dream, and hopefully to be successful there. But yeah, I wasn't successful this time around, and it wasn't a total surprise when I did get that feedback from the judges, just because of some events that happened on the week of the presentation. And as I say, it's a gift, because ultimately that result will make me a much better speaker than if I had just breezed through the first time around. Yeah, it is a gift. I mean, you hear a lot of people talking about, COVID, for example, and lockdown. And yes, it has been incredibly challenging in so many ways, and we've all had to grieve the loss of things. And at the same time, it's also been a gift in some ways for a lot of people in realizing what's important and coming back to basics and just being present. So I think there are gifts in everything in life. And yeah, we learn more. We learn so much more from our failures, don't we, than from our successes. So I still hope to be successful. I'm not being defeatist, but having not passed this time around will give me this opportunity to understand really what's required, will be really helpful a little bit more, that it really is stepping away from the normal Toastmasters contest rules of, greeting the chair and things like that, and just launching straight into my talk. That was some of the feedback that I got. I could have had a stronger opening, and I totally agree. And also I now have a whole year to actually prepare for this, because it ended up being only 4 weeks from when I was told this is the date for the recording. They actually did a set recording on a date just ahead of the convention, and then it was aired live. And there was actually only 4 weeks in that time. And during that period, I had 18 other presentations on. And I looked back afterwards and I felt a bit disappointed with myself. And I thought, why were you not more prepared, Lauren? And then I really did look at my schedule, and I thought, okay, yeah, I can understand now. I think that I'd thought, because I did a TED talk on a similar topic to what I shared for my accredited speaker presentation, I thought, yep, I'll just bring that out and dust that off. And actually, because it was a different medium, it was online and not in person, it did need a lot of reworking. And I did some of that reworking, but I think I can do it better. And actually, I'm thinking about speaking on a different topic next year, because it's one of my other favourite topics. And yeah, I'll have to see how that goes.
We were very proud of what happened there. So tell us about your preparation for next year. Are you planning to maybe present that speech in different venues in front of different clients, or how will you prepare for next year?
Yes, I absolutely will. And it was interesting listening to Verity Price, who's this year's world champion, talking in her interview with Darren LaCroix and Mark Brown about her preparation and just how so much work. And I understand there's just so much work. I've known many, many people who have aspired to achieve that goal and put in so much work. And I just felt, it surprised me actually, I felt really naive, I think, that I just felt like, well, I'm a professional speaker and I've just got to do what I'm always doing. And again, as I say, it was a compressed time frame, but I really didn't really put enough preparation into it. Whereas now I do have this time frame, and I've actually had some very kind accredited speakers get in touch with me, and I've got some opportunities coming up to speak at some international Toastmasters events. So I will start from now onwards really focusing on honing that 18-minute talk that I want to present next year. So I actually did deliver the first version of it at a public event a little while ago. And as I say, if it can be in person, it will be amazing, because the way that I present is very much about audience interaction and engagement and fun and movement and things like that. So it'll be a completely different experience to be able to deliver that in person, if that can happen. If not, I will try again online and see how that goes, because I think that is also an important skill and something I've been relying on and very thankful for over the last year, to have this medium.
We all benefited from your Zoom experience, which is exactly what I'm not currently capable to do, to present in the way that you told us to do. But circumstances are sometimes difficult, and we learn to cope with that. So we look forward to your next presentation. The whole of New Zealand North, and probably the whole of New Zealand, will be cheering for you.
Oh,
and
thank you.
We're certain that you will again represent us very well.
Yes, and we don't know what the result will be, but I actually wrote an article about this on failure, and how from one day to the next, whether you achieve a goal or not, it doesn't actually change who you are. And I was reflecting on, Simone Biles, from her Olympic events this year, the American athlete, and how she actually withdrew from some of her events because she decided to put her mental well-being first. And she got really criticised for that, but actually, she really did what was right for her. And I was just thinking about, from one day to the next, if someone like Simone Biles, whether she wins the gold medal or she doesn't, she's still that same amazing gymnast. She still has the same incredible abilities and gifts. And I was thinking the same is true for all of us. So, whether I pass or fail, yes, it was really hard. There were tears shed when I heard that I had not passed, because it was such an important goal to me. But also, as I say, it's a gift, and it doesn't take away from the people that I have been able to help, that I'm so blessed to have been able to, the messages I've been able to share with audiences. And I am so grateful to hopefully be able to achieve this in future, but most of all, to become a better speaker so I can help more people. So I just encourage you, if you're interested to find out more, maybe feel free to put the link below to that article that I wrote, because I hope that's an encouragement to others that, we'll all face knockbacks in life, but if we can stand up again and persevere and come back and learn from failure, then that's where true success lies.